YouTube.
Okay.
Let me know before you start recording.
I've already started recording. Hi everyone. Welcome. Here I have Susan, Primrose, and Naomi. So I've been reading this book, and I'll put all the information in the description bar below. So this book basically talks about different elements of a young woman, her appearance, the way she thinks and why she thinks those certain ways, and how probably her past had a part to play in that, how she should carry herself, so on and so forth. So I brought these lovely ladies here today just to talk about how we dealt. We've noticed that one of the number one pivotal things was our appearance and the way we carried ourselves. Like we'd have to think about, okay, is this too short? Is this too revealing? Are we, let's say, why are we wearing this type of outfit? Is it what's the word?
Modest.
Yeah, is it modest? Are we bringing on the wrong attention? Your definition on sexual integrity, like how would you define that?
I think it would be like being aware of how you act sexually, like, or it can be with the way that you dress. If you know that the way that you dress can be perceived a certain way, like being a Christian, you should be aware, like when you dress in the morning, if I go out, how are, let's say for example, men gonna look at me. So I think it's just being aware of how the way you dress is gonna affect other people.
So on my previous video, I spoke about how my appearance be in a very sticky situation. So yeah, based on that, how do you guys, like, I don't know, add your comments in or whatever?
I know this topic is actually quite a touchy one because girls get very offended when you say, oh, your appearance has something to do with the reason why men kind of come for you or try to rape you. Obviously, we can't justify people's actions, especially rapists, people that rape girls or kids or whatever it may be. So, but in this case, if you know that you're going to someone's house and you know it's just going to be you and that boy, and your intention with that guy is definitely not that of a relationship or someone that you might see yourself with or end up doing anything with, you should think about, first of all, the environment where it's going to be, and what you're wearing, obviously, because like she said, she thought Netflix and chilling was literally Netflix and chilling. So she probably didn't know exactly what she was supposed to expect. But as women, I feel like we need to be ever ready for any slip-ups. Grow up with that mentality that I always need to look modest. Regardless of me being a Christian or not, it just had to be something that I had to look good, but still look modest. And that's it.
And just to add on, I'm not saying that being raped or being in that situation is your fault. It's merely that in my situation, I was giving off signals that I was interested in that. And even when it came to like different posts that I was doing, it was all like provocative. And even though I was doing it innocently and I was just being that person, that free-spirited person, it gave the wrong impression for that guy, and he felt so comfortable to cross that line, and it was because I was giving off those messages, and me just coming to his house put the cherry on the cake, and it was just like, yeah, I can do whatever. Snapchat thing, and this girl was like, oh, you guys need to stop sending male body part pictures. That is so long.
Okay, what about the male genitals?
Male genitals. She said, stop sending that. And I was like, oh, like, why would someone do that? I left it. And then like a couple weeks later, my girl went on holiday. She's living her best life. Very beautiful person. Very beautiful girl. But I was like, rah. I saw the bikinis, mate. She wore like a swimsuit that was just covering the lip of her female genitals. And I was just like, okay, you're wearing this, but then you're complaining of guys sending you nude pictures. You're giving off a signal that if I can practically see what's under there, then you're obviously enticing them in that way. So obviously you're going to get that attention.
She's practically naked, but yet she doesn't want to see someone else's nakedness. So why are you then showing people your nakedness?
Exactly.
And getting offended that.
Exactly. You can't. It's like similar to what we were saying today. Stop opening the door if you don't want someone to go inside it.
Yeah.
You're opening that door for someone to do that. If you were covered, then maybe you wouldn't receive that type of attention. There's beauty in covering yourself up. There is beauty in not having to show everything off.
I felt like when just being young, because there was this point where, you know, being Instagram was popping, everyone wanted to be Insta famous. For me, before I got saved, I always felt like the less clothes I wear, the more attention I get. So I used to always post like revealing pictures. If I knew I was going out, I'd find an outfit that I thought, you know what, this will be sexy, this will just be popping, I'll get them likes. But being saved, what I've noticed is now I cover up more, but I actually still get the same type of likes. So I don't necessarily think that you need to dress a certain way to get attention. So I think it's just more of insecurity.
Say about Instagram, when like before, I used to do the same thing. Like I would purposely find an outfit that would complement certain areas of my body, and they were much more revealing. And I found, which was so weird, and it actually kind of, I wouldn't say affected me, but it made me question a lot of things about our society. When I had pictures that showed a lot of skin, I would get more likes. But if I showed something that wasn't as revealing, I wouldn't get that many likes. And then that kind of made me feel like, wow, like, so I have to show more to get more. And it kind of plays with you. And just from like being in church and just knowing the word of God, you tend to realize that none of those things matter. All of this is not going to look the same in 10 years. And you liking my picture is not going to define who I am as a person. So I feel like it also comes down to being self-confident, and you need to ask yourself, okay, why do I feel that I need to dress this way? And before I used to get defensive, like, it's my body, I can do whatever I want, I look nice, I look good. And that's, in all fairness, that is true. Like, people, shapes and sizes were all beautiful, but you need to understand, okay, where's this coming from? Why are you dressing the way you're dressing? What type of attention are you trying to get? And if you get it, then why are you complaining?
If dressing provocatively is going to make your own brother to fall, then you should think about it, like, wait, this is not how we're supposed to dress. Because there are many men, not all men are pigs. So if you go to church and you wear something revealing, he's not going to come at you and try to force himself on you, but he's going to be thinking about it when he gets back home, or when he probably sees a picture of you or something. So you've planted a wrong seed in that person's mind, and it's just like killing that person spiritually.
Not. What I wanted to say was, when we're going on like that, it's kind of implying that it's the fault of the victims who get raped. And I just want to emphasize that again, rape is not cool. It's not the fault of the person being raped. What we're just trying to say is, in some, emphasis on the some circumstances, you are aiding the process rather than avoiding it. But that's not also saying that people who dress revealing a lot are attention seekers. Because some people genuinely are comfortable dressing in a more revealing way. Our level of modesty is not the same level of some other people's modesty.
Yeah, it changes everywhere.
Yeah, it changes every time. So that's what I wanted to
What
say.
we're talking about is not necessarily talking about saying, oh, if you dress a certain way, then you attract that attention, so what happens to you is your fault. I feel like the message that we're trying to put across is that, for example, if you're saved, you may not be saved when you're watching this, but as a saved person, the Bible even says like your life should glorify God. So by me dressing a certain way, am I glorifying God? And it's not to say just because you're saved, you get it there and there. It's all about conviction, because you can be going to church a year or two and you never feel any type of way, or you can get it straight away. So it's just about watching the way that you dress and the message that you put across. Our pastor always says, people don't read Bibles, they read people.
Yeah.
So the way that you perceive yourself, people will think, oh, so this is how a Christian's meant to be.
Yeah.
So
Definitely. Honestly, just having, like what you were saying, that conviction, like you're looking in the mirror and you're just like, should I go to church like this? My back off is a bit much. This is show. I feel like you just have that thing, and sometimes some people don't care, which I didn't at first, but I feel like when we talk about this more, I kind of got it that, there's just certain things I shouldn't wear anymore, because my life is a testimony, and if I'm here preaching about God and talking about the Word of God, my life is an example, and yeah.
Obviously, Christianity is a process, it's a journey. So you won't just wake up one morning after giving your life to Christ and be like, oh, I need to throw away all the clothes in my wardrobe, and I need to go back to H&M, Zara, whatever it is, to go buy new clothes. Nobody wants you to be broke. Obviously, it's a slow process. It's like, it happens it can be fast.
You can crawl.
You can crawl, you can walk, you can jump, you can run. Okay.
You can
But it's still a journey. So I'm just saying that it's still a journey. Don't feel like you're rushing it, and don't say, "Oh, we're always falling for the bad boys." Why are you falling for the bad boys? You should know that you're not supposed to be falling for the bad boys. Okay, what am I doing to fall for the bad boys?
What are you showing?
You attract what you give up.
Preach it, girl.
Yeah, you do. And touching on that topic, that the men too, they're not off they're not off this topic as well. It's not just saying that girls should be watching what they wear. Men too should be watching what they think, because in the Bible it says it's not just the act of fornication that's the sin, it's actually what you think in your mind. The very time you think about it, that's your sin already. And if you find that you're easily falling for girls, then it's not really the girls that's the problem, it's you.
What's that phrase that you wanted to say, sorry?
Oh, what is it? I forgot. Modesty is like rolling around in manure. You'll only attract pigs.
Yeah, so basically, if you're not dressing appropriately, all you're going to attract is pigs. And to be honest, I think we all have testimonies on attractive pigs because we've had it. Brought on the wrong attention, and you're thinking, why? That's what this book is about. Why? Why do you feel comfortable leaving your house like that? Why is it that these certain men keep on coming into my lives? Why is it that I'm finding myself in the same relationship I thought I left? Why do I keep on attracting these type of people? And to be honest, one of the factors could be your appearance, because that's the first thing someone would see. It's just a reflection, really. If you're dressing in that way, you're only going to bring that type of attention. So yeah.
Wait, I wanted to say something else, but I can't forget. What I wanted to say was, it's gone again.
Welcome.
Yeah, what I wanted to say was that if you keep going to church, touching, I don't know who said it, but that conviction will actually naturally come to you.
Exactly.
Like when you would dress without no one actually telling you, like no one would actually come to you and be like, oh, what you're wearing is not. You would just look at yourself in the mirror and be like, nah, this is not how I'm feeling. Yeah. And then you toss it in one corner, and before you know it, you will see that you never wear it again. Yeah. And then when you're doing your wardrobe cleaning, you're like, okay.
And another thing I found hard was
how many crop tops I had to throw
in it the websites, because when like let's say we always say like, oh, we're going out to eat or whatever. If you've got the coins, you want to go and buy another dress or something, and I'll be like going on Pretty Little Things, Misguided, Boohoo, and I was finding that I couldn't actually buy a dress because all the dresses were either like too revealing or like there was just always something wrong with it, and I find myself having to wear like trousers and a top, obviously looking cute, but it was always like a 2-piece or just something. I was like I just feel like it's really hard to like, once you know where you've gone wrong, society doesn't really help you. Like I'm saying, this book, really, really good. I'll put the information on the description box down below, and also all their social medias, so if you have any questions or whatever, follow us. Yeah.
Subscribe.
I've always wanted to say that. I'm saying, like, comment,
make sure to like,
subscribe.
comment, and subscribe to my girl
Itunu
Max
channel,
YouTube channel.
Is it?
and
Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or anything, I'll put information down in the description box. And yeah,
is everything alright?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.